Checking connection. Okay, guys, woo, we're live. All right. I'm Dani Williamson, Integrative Family Medicine, and Mary Chubenko is here with me tonight. We are getting ready for our Living Toxin-Free in a Toxic World. I don't know, I just made that up. Beauty class. We're talking crunchy makeup tonight and all kinds of things, actually. But while we're waiting for people to trickle in, I'm just going to give you a few housekeeping rules. This Sunday night, 2 nights from now, is Sunday night service, and Dr. Motley's going to be back after like 6 weeks, thank goodness. We're going to be talking about gratitude, the attitude of gratitude and healing. And it's quite fascinating, actually, the things we've learned or I've learned. I don't know what he's doing, but I've been researching all day, and so it's quite fascinating. So that's going to be on gratitude. Next Friday evening in this office, sitting right here, we are going to be doing a getting off of benzodiazepines workshop. Anybody that you know who is on Xanax or Valium or Klonopin or Ambien or Librium or Librax or Ativan or any of the benzodiazepines that are out there, we are going to be they are a nasty class of medications if you don't know this. They are highly addictive, and if you don't think they're addictive, try coming off of them. Don't dare try coming off of them without medical supervision. So I have a patient of mine who was addicted for years to Xanax, and I worked for 3 years trying to get her off, and I could not get her down. I got her down to 0.25 milligrams, and that was it. Well, 0.25 is still an addiction. And she had to she checked herself into Cumberland Heights for 20-something days. And by Guinea, she's been clean for 4 years. She is completely off of all benzodiazepines. So this is not anything to be ashamed of. It's not anything to be embarrassed about. If you or someone you know is on any benzodiazepine, you will want to be here next week. I don't know that we're going to do it live. I don't think we're going to do it live, actually, because it's just such a sensitive topic, but it's much needed. And then November the 30th, for those of you with Hashimoto's, is our Hashimoto's support group Christmas party at Nashville Restorative Dentistry. So it's going to be great. Dr. Justin Deering is going to be speaking during that, and he's a functional neurologist chiropractor, absolutely brilliant, has helped me with my vertigo. I mean, the only person who's ever been able to help me with it, and it is just, absolutely, he's brilliant. So that's going to be a ton of fun. But tonight we're talking toxins. We're going to be talking about living toxin-free in a toxic world. It's impossible to get away from all toxins, right? I'm standing here under fluorescent lights. I'm standing right here in front of a light. I mean, you can't get away from it 150%. But you can clean up your lotion, your makeup, your hair color, your lipstick, your nail polish remover, your shampoo, your conditioner, your deodorant, your tampons. You can clean it up, right? What you put on your body, you put in your body within 26 seconds flat, period. Whether it's a toxic tampon or toxic lotion or makeup, and we're going to be talking all about that tonight. But I was going to give you a couple of statistics. There was a huge study from the Environmental Working Group, and if you don't know who the Environmental Working Group is, I highly recommend you look up EWG.org. They're the ones who put out the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15 every year. But they also do something called Skin Deep, which is an app and information telling you how toxic your products are. But they did a study, and they found that an average of 200 industrial chemicals and pollutants were in the umbilical cords of 10 babies that they studied. This was in the United States. The test revealed a total of 287 chemicals were in those umbilical cords. Those 10 children, those cords were cut. The cords that were cut, and they harbored the blood out of it. They had pesticides, consumer product ingredients, things like birth control pills, Xanax, benzodiazepines, and waste from burning coal, gasoline, and garbage inside the umbilical cords of those babies. I mean, we are building toxic children from the sperm and the egg connection right there. They are building in a house of toxins. It's unbelievable to me. They come out already with toxins in them. I mean, there's got to be something here to stop this. Of the 287 chemicals that were detected in the umbilical cord, 180 of those chemicals cause cancer in humans or animals. 217 are toxic to the brain and the nervous system. Okay? 208 cause birth defects or abnormal development in animal tests. It's unbelievable. I mean, it's fascinating to me. The CDC, the Centers for Disease Control, they put a report out every year. It's revealed that out of 212 chemicals tested, 212 chemicals they tested, all 212 chemicals were found in the blood and the urine of most Americans. If you peed in a cup, you peed in a cup, you, all of us. Most everyone has got at least those 212 chemicals in them. They were found in virtually every single person. Every single chemical that was found in our blood and urine was found to be a hazard, a health hazard by the CDC. Okay? Every 2 years, the CDC conducts the chemical study, which identifies human exposure to toxic chemicals. Every 2 years. This year, or this was a couple years ago, 75 new chemicals were added to that study that had never, ever been studied before in the United States population. Every single chemical tested in that study, including the 75 new chemicals that they studied, were found to be present in most or all participants. So, Mary knows this. The question is not, how toxic are you? It's, it's not if you're toxic, it's how toxic are you? And one way you can start is by cleaning up your skincare products, right? Because, she's going to talk statistics about that. But I found this chart. Autism has increased 10 times since the early 80s, right? Male birth defects have doubled. Childhood asthma has doubled. Acute lymphocytic leukemia, cancer, has doubled. 40% increase in brain cancers in children. Okay, preterm birth, 20% increase. Infertility, 5 to 10% increase of couples. Birth defects, 3 to 5. Sperm counts have gone down 1% every single year since 1934. We are 34 to 96. We have the lowest sperm count in the United States in our men right now, 40% lower than it was in the 40s, 50s, and 60s than we've ever had. And where are they putting their phones? Boom, 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 right here by their testicles. They're frying their testicles. We're frying our ovaries with electromagnetic fields, right? That phone that's standing right there, that's right there. I just got back from a big group this weekend at On-Site, and I went off on a tangent about, we didn't have cell phones, but every man's eyes at the table were like, oh my gosh, my testicles are fried. And it's true. It is true. So don't get your phones out of your pockets, right? Get your computers off of your stomach. You're doing nothing but putting a lithium battery and electromagnetic fields right through your abdomen. We're seeing a huge increase in brain cancer. I had 970-something emails when I got out of On-Site last night. So I'm just going down. I'm down to 800 and something right now. But there were 126 text messages. So I don't know when I'll answer you all. But this email popped up from the Environmental Working Group that said, we've finally proven, the research is out there, our brain cancer, the phones create brain cancer. We know that. And it was this huge link in this huge study on the rise of glioblastoma brain cancers, which are deadly. People generally don't survive that, right? Maybe 18 months. So we've got a lot of toxicity to clean up. We're going to talk about the skincare side of it tonight. I'm on a big roll about tampons and pads and cleaning up the vagina, because I'm telling you right now, that is a huge problem. And if you've got PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, or endometriosis, or you're having bad cramps, horrible cramps, can't get out of the bed the first 2 days of your period, right? Am I right?
Yes.
Get the Roundup and the bleach out of your vagina.
It makes a huge difference.
I put 40 years worth of Roundup in my vagina. I am so mad about this that I have just learned the last couple of years what's in a tampon. For crying out loud, cotton's the #1 most toxic crop in the United States. So if you have kids or grandkids who are putting pads and tampons up there, so it has more Roundup on it than anything, right? So Use organic tampons, organic pads, the Diva Cup or the Dot. We just got the Dot in. I am so excited about this. Lisa, did y'all even know that this was coming?
No.
Yeah. Okay, let me tell you. They came in today. This is awesome. So this is a cup. This is like a Diva Cup, and we'll open this one. I'll have them send. I haven't even opened it. We'll have them send a new one. This is a cup that goes in, and oh my goodness. Has anybody in here ever used a Diva Cup? Or a menstrual cup. I don't know if I can open this. You have? Okay. So what I love about this is medical. Oh, look how cute, for crying out loud. It's in a little bag. Well, look. Put your cup in a bag. Okay. Oh, look. It's okay. So it is medical grade latex, right? Medical grade, FDA approved. So they've got it registered with the FDA. This cup goes in the vagina, and there's all different ways to put it in. There's different videos online, and it pops in, and you can trim this off, the tail here, and it pops in. It holds 28 milliliters, holds more than an extra large tampon. My patients who switch to a cup absolutely love it. Number one, it's only $32. So think of how, and it lasts for 10 years. 10 years you can use this cup if you've ever, yeah. So here's why I chose this company, Dot. For every cup that I bought, and I bought 12 for the office, 12 were donated to an African village. The little girls, you buy one, you give one. An African child, on average, misses 60 days a year of school because they don't have tampons or pads, or they have nothing for their period. And they're put behind in school because they bleed. They're punished because they have a monthly cycle. So this company donates 1 for 1. When I bought 12, they sent 12 to a village over there. So we can talk about this later. We have them in the office. They're $32, and I'm thrilled. I'm excited. So they're washable. Well, anyway, we'll talk about it later. So that's another way. We're cleaning it up here from the head to toe to the vagina tonight. So Mary, get up here.
Yeah. Wow, great information, always so invigorating and interesting, all the things that Dani shares with us. You never know what you're going to get, but it's always good when Dani talks. My name is Mary Chubenko, and I am excited and blessed to be here tonight. I am thankful that Dani extended an invitation for me to come and talk about this amazing clean beauty company that I kind of found accidentally. And I'm ready to dive in, but I want to tell you just a little bit about why I'm standing here in this spot tonight. So let me start this here. Touch the space bar. Maybe it'll come on.
Here, I'll take care of it.
So I was a patient of Dani's many years ago at Cool Springs Family Medicine. My daughter and I went. And from the math I'm doing, I'm thinking she hadn't been out of school very long, and had probably first started practicing when I started going to her. And she didn't act
still around.
Yeah.
I didn't kill you.
Yeah, no.
Oh, my Lord, but I didn't know then.
She didn't act like a newbie then, but we lost touch, and I actually didn't reconnect with her until I was fortunate enough to be a patient again this year. And it was actually I have a hard time, I need to look at you people instead of the camera. I'm just keep looking at myself here. It was actually during our first appointment that I could not stop talking to her about this beauty company that I found. And many of you would probably think, well, why would she care about a clean beauty company? But I knew she was going to, because I had gone to her While You Wait class. I don't know if any of you have been to that class before. She didn't happen to teach the class that night.
Mary,
it was her
I think
nurse.
your computer is dead.
Uh-oh.
Do you have the charger? Did you have it fully charged?
I did, and I do have the charger. I just am not sure where. So Elizabeth, go check. You can look in my bag. Yeah, Elizabeth,
because I don't see any power anywhere.
Yep, it was charged. Oh well. Live TV.
Oh wait, it
got
had been turned off. It's
okay.
fine. Okay,
we're good.
Oh, your battery is very low.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the
So
problem.
hopefully-
So you need your charger. Otherwise,
You know what? Maybe I can give it some juice with. Well, anyway, we'll figure it out. If not, we have a little brochure here. So where was I? So I was explaining why I knew Dani was going to be interested in learning about this company. So I had been to the While You Wait class, and in that class, Dani wasn't there, or she would have heard about it immediately. But it was her nurse and her office manager, and they talk about things like body burden. And they talk about things like she just mentioned. It takes less than 30 seconds for things that we put on our body to be absorbed immediately into our body. That we're using toxic personal care products that are adding to this body burden. That it's very important for us to look at trying to clean up the toxins in our home. All the toxins, not just beauty care, but everything matters because it is affected by our body burden. And so I knew that Crunchi, the company, it's more than a beauty company. It's an education-focused company that absolutely helps with those areas of our lives. Their focus is education first. Their mission is education and empowering women to be able to make choices that are going to impact their whole family, not just beauty-wise, but in the grand scheme of things. So I couldn't wait. I was like at the edge of my seat saying, oh my goodness, Dani needs me. She's going to be so excited because her patients are going to appreciate the education that Crunchi gives. And so I shared that all with her. She was excited to try it as well. But just a little bit about my background and why toxins and getting rid of them were important to me was that I had been a patient of hers. My daughter was diagnosed with celiac disease over 15 years ago. And she had gone several years without a diagnosis. And eventually we found a specialist who took her seriously, and we got the diagnosis of celiac disease. And as the type of person I am, I don't typically let people tell me what's right and wrong to do. I'm a researcher. I dig in, I educate myself, because you're the best advocate for yourself and your child, your family. So I was all things celiac, gluten, wheat, any form of education I could find, I took advantage of that. And I think that was the beginning point of getting everything gluten out of my house. Body care, gluten-free, of course. And I happened to watch a gluten summit, and that was many years ago, and it had over 40 speakers. I invested an entire week because every speaker, I get chills even now. I literally have chills. Every speaker added something to my education as far as, guess what? Gluten is not the only enemy. You can remove gluten from your diet, but you have got all these other toxins that are affecting your gut and affecting your autoimmune disease and affecting your health. So then the new journey began of cleaning other things out of my home. So it had to be gluten and toxins. So I worked on my clean water system, and I worked on proper supplements and the right foods to eat that were going to build us up, the right gut health, the right supplements to take, the cleaning products that were safe and clean. But oddly enough, there was one area of my life that I could not find a fit for, and that was my skincare and my beauty care and my hair care. Those were the top three that I could not find viable solutions. And what's funny about that is I've been in the beauty industry for more than 25 years. I'm a master barber and I'm a licensed esthetician. So I had an opportunity to see and experience professional, unprofessional, all sorts of products out there. And I was usually underwhelmed if they were clean. And then, of course, if they were high performance or they worked great, they had fragrances that gave me a headache or there was something toxic about it. So I kind of just wrote that off. Like, this is an area that I'm just going to have to deal with. There's not an alternative that I'm finding. So when I just accidentally heard about this toxin-free beauty company, with all the disappointments that I had, there was a part of me that at first was absolutely excited, because I was like, emerging research, new entrepreneurs, you never know, maybe this is amazing because it was clean, safe, and high performance. But then the cynical side of me kicks in and says, yeah, but it's probably, not true. They're probably masking some ingredient that's not good for you, or it's not high performance. And so I just did what I did when my daughter was diagnosed with celiac. I dove in and I started researching. I looked at the company, I got on their webpage, I learned about the founders, their mission, their focus. Then I, of course, went to look at reviews and looked for the skeletons in the closet, the things that were going to say, oh, this is really not good, or lawsuits or anything like that. And I couldn't find anything but positive information about this very young company. So I'm not somebody that acts quickly on information. I was actually in a friend's group, and I watched for almost 6 weeks before I decided to try the products because I am very frugal and I just want to digest everything before I make a choice. So I did. I purchased what they call a trifecta, and that is actually our primer. It's a smart primer, the flawless foundation, and this amazing flat top brush. And it's amazing because it's just so soft. It's laser cut so it doesn't absorb your product, and it applies the product the way the creators, the founders wanted the product to go on, helping the performance. And it's actually, that's the gift that somebody is going to win tonight, that trifecta of those 3 products. So one of you women is going to actually get that this evening, and you're going to get to experience what I experienced, and Dani fell in love with as well.
Oh yeah, I loved it.
So I first time I tried it, boom, like again, chills. I thought to myself, this is high performance. This really is nice. It's a fluke. The next day, I was impressed. The next day. So at that point, I'm like, this really is an amazing product. And I know that I'm going to be sharing this with people, but I really wasn't looking for a job. So I was like, I have this great product. It's clean, it's safe. People need to know about it, but there was some bumps in the road because I wasn't looking for work, and my husband wasn't looking for me to have a job. I was busy enough as I was, but as you might be able to tell from my personality, I'm one of those people that if I know something, I'm not going to keep it to myself. I figure if I'm going to be sharing it with everybody anyway, I might as well just hop on board and just share the message. And so that's what I did. And that is my why in my journey as far as what brought me to working at getting toxins out of my body. And what's wonderful about that is through Crunchi and the education that they've provided, I've found a clean shampoo, which is amazing. They're into skincare now, so I have safer options. And it's a small company that's getting larger, so their skincare is going to expand. And so it's just been a blessing all the way around. Now, we didn't get the battery?
And mine won't fit either.
Okay.
I found your mouse, but that's the only thing I saw. was
Okay.
the mouse.
It must not have been fully charged.
Okay.
Because it only went up, it was only been up less than an
Oh
hour.
yeah, it's not. All right, well, so guess what?
It
This
died.
is
It died
what
while I was working.
this is what we've got, and I'm glad we gave this to you. I want you to open up, and before we talk more about this company, I want you to see the statement that we have here. Everybody has a card that says "I am," and I want to real quickly, as a form of encouragement and empowerment, to tell you guys we have 85,000 thoughts we think every day. And of those 85,000 thoughts we think every day, 80,000 of them are things that we thought yesterday and the day before. We're creatures of habit. We repeat those thoughts. And of that 80,000 thoughts that we repeat, 85% are negative, which means 50,000 thoughts that we think repetitively about ourselves are negative. And we use 5% of our brain in our physically, but the rest of it's subconscious. The other 95% is our subconscious activity. So when we're feeding ourselves with these negative thoughts, our subconscious is making these pathways, and we are really hurting ourselves. So my goal for you guys today is this little card. At some time when you take it home, because you'll take this home with you, I want you to write positive I am statements. Don't use any negative words, no no's or nots. I don't want to gain weight, or things like that. We want positive. So we're going to say things like, I am, smart. I am beautiful. I am powerful. I am empowered. I am a blessing to my family. 10 of those. Put it on your mirror every morning, whether you read them out loud or you visually just see them. Use them. Use that as a form, because we women are so strong. We have to harness that positive power, those positive thoughts. We have to retrain our brains. We really do, because it's so important for us to think positive thoughts about ourselves, because we're amazing. The things we women do, I mean, goodness, men can't handle, as far as juggling, they can't hold a candle to us. So we really need to give ourselves all the credit that's due. So that's my little positive thought for you guys. I hope everybody does that. So we are going to learn a little bit about Crunchi. So, since I do not have my computer charged, I'm going to share this with you guys. Now, Crunchi is spelled with an I instead of a Y. Because we, the founders, named the company Crunchi. Guess what? You get to make your definition. And their definition of Crunchi is just that. It's socially conscious, environmentally conscious, health conscious. It's to seek knowledge, become empowered, and to transform lifestyles. It's somebody who does not compromise their health for their beauty or their beauty for their health. It is to be smart, to be conscious, to be beautiful. To spend just a moment on number 2, how many of us were willing to absolutely sacrifice our health for our beauty? I had a situation where I, many years ago, was allergic to Clinique makeup and I didn't realize it. And I got perioral dermatitis, so I had red bumps all over my mouth, around my chin. And I literally would have done anything, used anything to cover that up. Because when you go out in the public, you absolutely don't want anybody staring at your damaged face. And so we absolutely, most of us are willing to sacrifice our health for our beauty. But the fact that we have a safe cosmetic company now, where not only can we cover up maybe scars or blemishes or any imperfections while we're putting ingredients on that are actually nourishing and healing our skin, is definitely a blessing. So, Crunchi. I'll share this with the guys and gals out there. I'll read this to you. It's a revolutionary line of high performance, safe, toxin-free cosmetics that are absolutely redefining beauty. Again, we no longer have to sacrifice our health for our beauty or our beauty for our health. I want to share with you the backbone of this whole Crunchi movement, this fresh green movement. It is Kelly Weston and Melanie Petchke. These women are absolutely the backbone of this company. They are everything. They are the company. A little bit of a background. Kelly has got the business side and Melanie has got the ingredient side. So what they found, they were 2 young mothers who were looking for safe, clean beauty options. And they were finding, just like all of us, it's either super clean and does not perform, makes you not want to even put your makeup on in the morning, or it performed wonderfully, however, it was full of things that were possible carcinogens, endocrine disruptors, or things that would hurt your female reproductive system or imbalance your hormones, and it just wasn't acceptable. So they realized after a long time searching that it was something that was lacking in the market. So they decided with their background that they were going to just make a company that was truly safe and high performance. Melanie is our ingredient guru. She is a nurse practitioner with over 9 years experience studying how environmental toxins affect our bodies. Her jam is to read data and statistics and reports and really dig in and find out what the truth is. This lady chooses look at that again, the chills. She chooses every single ingredient in our products. I think that that's amazing because integrity is very important to them and education is very important to them. So her philosophy is that all ingredients are guilty until proven innocent. So if there is an ingredient that is even
all ingredients are guilty until proven innocent.
Because we're going to get into a little bit more ingredient information in just a minute, and I'll talk about that a little bit more. But she refuses to compromise. So if there's not clear data that's long enough for her, if it's controversial, it does not go in the products. And so there are some ingredients that are in some clean beauty lines that we choose not to use because she feels absolutely confident that the data is not there to make sure it's absolutely safe. The other thing, since we are in Dave Ramsey country, that I absolutely love about this company is zero debt. They don't have a board of directors saying use this because it's cheaper. They don't have somebody saying, use this because everybody else is using it. They literally make every decision for their company. They drive the bus the way they want it driven, and they refuse to compromise. Again, they're going to do what they want because they don't have to answer to anybody. So that is one of the things I absolutely love about them, is that they are able to control everything that they want to do with this baby company. Here is the meat and potatoes that's going to give us the education we need. Ingredients. So, common ingredients to avoid. Well, clearly this is not every ingredient that you're going to want to avoid in cosmetics or other personal care items. A lot of people feel like the government is going to protect us from things that are going to hurt us, and that may be true in some cases, but it is absolutely not true in the beauty industry at all. There is no regulation that is protecting us from things that can hurt us. It has been over 75 years since there's been any pre-market testing on the over 12,000 ingredients that can be used in beauty, personal care, everything under that umbrella. There's no pre-market testing. So the data is so ancient, and so it's up to us. And with people who provide these products, we either have to trust them or we have to know what to look for when we're shopping for products. And that's what these girls knew, and that's why they gave us a blacklist, because we certainly cannot memorize or have a sheet with 12,000, well, 12,500 ingredients. But we can narrow it down to the heavy hitters, the ones that are in most of the common cosmetics these days. And this isn't the whole list either, but these are some of the heavy hitters here to look out for. So we have things like talc and nanoparticles, phenoxyethanol, synthetic fragrances. So these are this is a tool for you to use when you go shopping. So guess what, how simple it is. You can simply memorize one of these. For me, my favorite is phenoxyethanol. That is one that is in a lot of green, so-called green beauty companies, that they want to say is okay, but the data, the safety data is not there yet. So what I do when I go shopping, that's the first thing I look for, because if I can pick out one thing that I know is going to make it a no for me, that's what I'm going to do. I pick it up, phenoxyethanol. Guess what? If they're using phenoxyethanol, then they're not up to my Crunchi standards, which is what I have now. I put it back on the shelf because there are safe options for every single thing. There are. And so if you just have a couple of triggers, synthetic fragrance, phenoxyethanol, things like that for you, you don't have to memorize all of these, just one or two, and you're armed with things for cleaning products, shampoos. I mean, literally, it will save you it's not just the beauty, it's the personal care products. So I absolutely love that. So if we flip on over to the next page, it gets a little bit more extensive in the tools that we have. It's helping empower us. Dani's talked about some of these, and we agree. So we've got some options here. The Campaign for Safe Cosmetics is a great resource for education. BCPP, it is Breast Cancer Prevention Partners. They have very stringent guidelines. They're a great resource. We actually did an event with them. You have to be a completely transparent company, means you have to disclose every ingredient, which we love. You also have to be focused on toxin-free to be a partner with BCPP. And so also there's two apps, the EWG and the Think Dirty app. Those are also great resources. They are tools. They are not the end-all, be-all. There are things that we don't always agree with when we see them, so it's just another tool in your toolbox for you to figure out what's going to be best for you and your family. And so I'm also going to give you another resource in just a second that I hope that you'll look at. But we flip over to the next page, and you're going to see you can actually look for Crunchi on the EWG. Crunchi is there. So that is kind of the information you'll see. I personally prefer the laptop version of the EWG. The app on the phone doesn't work as well for me in that sometimes the information is different. So I trust the laptop version better. I like the laptop. I like the EWG because When you see the ingredient, you can click on it and it'll show you some of the studies that were done on the particular ingredient, so you can see kind of more data and more science-based information on that. Another great source that I know you guys are going to look into is the actual blacklist on the Crunchi website. I absolutely think everybody needs to take responsibility for their own choices and their decisions, so I really recommend do just what I did. Get on the website. They have the blacklist. You can click on the ingredients. You can see why they have put them on the blacklist. It usually and always involves something that is possible carcinogens, endocrine disrupting, hormone imbalancing, something that has to do with the female reproductive system. So those are the things that they look for in their studies that they want to keep us safe from. A little bit more information about why our ingredients are so important. When I went back to the term body burden, now how many of you guys have, I'm sure if you follow Dani at all, body burden is not a new word, but it is a new word to a lot of people. They haven't heard of that before. And body burden is the presence of toxicity in your body at any given time. And why that is so important is because the more toxicity in your body, the more opportunity for illness and disease to be present. Your system is weakened, and so on the other side of that, the less body burden we're carrying, the less we have, the less toxicity in our body, the more we detoxify our makeup bags and our homes, we're going to lower that body burden, and we are going to, in essence, help possibly keep our health and not have these diseases or these illnesses present, because we have a stronger immune system and our body's able to deal with the toxins that we can't escape, like Dani was talking about. There's things we can't avoid, but this we absolutely can. So these ingredients are very important, and us using the education to help remove these from our homes is very valuable. The last resource I'm going to give you, you're going to absolutely love, because it really is simple. I have a Facebook group. It is called Inside Your Beauty. I know it's overwhelming for people to find safe products. What we have, Crunchi, the Crunchi Sisterhood, they are all carbon copies of me. We are all passionate about our ingredients and making really smart choices. We're very serious about removing toxins from our lives. And so what we have is we have a family of women who are researching and trying and coming up with solutions. So I have a master list on my Facebook page. And so you say, I need a safe deodorant. How there's so many choices. What do I do? Or I need a clean nail polish, or I need a clean shampoo. Guess what? I may not have the perfect answer for you, but I have 4 or 5 options of lots of different choices. So you can say, okay, here's 5 deodorants she's recommending. At least I have a place to start. And maybe one of them or 2 of them won't be a fit for you, but you'll probably find one that is a fit for you. And so that's a really nice cheat tool that you know is a safe place to start when you're looking for things like, you know, baby products or eye creams or things like that. So that's another tool that's not on my paper that we're adding, and it is on your card. My website is, my Facebook group is on your card. It's Inside Your Beauty. So I absolutely recommend you guys join that. We talk about lots of things besides Crunchi. It is just really...
yeah, it's a great group.
Yeah,
I love what all you put up there.
Yeah, sometimes it's recipes, sometimes it's no makeup, sometimes it's the grandbaby. It's just a conglomeration of my life. So now let's talk just a minute about greenwashing. Now here I'm going to give you the definition. Disinformation, here we go. Disinformation disseminated by an organization so as to present an environmentally responsible public image. Okay, let's put this in you and me terms. We are walking in a grocery store. We see a pretty white bottle with a gorgeous hibiscus flower or a leaf that says natural, antioxidant, paraben-free, SLS-free. It's amazing until you turn over and you look at the back. Marketing is so tricky. There's no regulation, so you have got to arm yourself, because how many people, literally how many people do you think see that and say, it's got to be good?
Yep.
Let's put it in the cart. if they had turned it over, they would see probably not one, but probably 5, 6, 7 PEGs, polyglycols, synthetic fragrances, all sorts of things. And guess what? They probably use in that product. They get an instant headache and they go, why have I got a headache? You know, oh, maybe it's that synthetic fragrance that is an umbrella term for all the garbage they could possibly dump. They don't have to tell you what's in synthetic fragrances. They can put anything they want in there and just say synthetic fragrances. So, so that is what we want to be trained to spot, is greenwashing. Just because something looks beautiful and is in a beautiful package does not mean it is safe. You have to be smarter than them. And they're smart. They have us. But slowly, one person at a time, one woman at a time, we're going to share. So the women we have in here today, the women who are watching online, you're going to share that with somebody else, and they're going to share that, and pretty soon we are going to be a powerhouse of pocketbooks that are going to refuse to buy these garbage products. And who's going to have to listen? The people making the garbage products are going to say, hey, they're not buying it anymore. Guess what? We're going to have to reformulate. We're going to have to make things safer. If we don't compromise, we're going to change what is provided for us. As long as we're throwing it in our carts, they're going to be putting it in the delivery boxes. So we have got to work together to change one person at a time. So the last little bit is very special to me. These are our badges. These are not something that we take lightly. Crunchi has worked very hard for every one of these badges. So yes, I'm non-GMO. Yes, I'm non-nanoparticle, cruelty-free, vegetarian, vegan, made in the USA, gluten-free, reef-safe, consciously packaged, Leaping Bunny certified, thoughtfully produced. Yes, I contain certified organic ingredients. Yes, I'm toxin-free. So every one of these badges that are qualified on whatever product we have will be labeled. So when you purchase a product, you're going to see exactly every badge that goes along with that product. If it's too little to be on there, you're going to get a card with every single transparent ingredient that's in that product and the badges. Much like here we have, see this comes, the lip gloss comes wrapped, and so you see all of the badges that are connected with the lip gloss and every ingredient that is in the lip gloss. We are completely a transparent company. And so I mentioned that we were getting into skincare. That is the last of our sheet, but we're actually going to look at some of the products now, and I want to share with you just a little bit of information, and we're actually going to sniff and smell, and we're going to put some makeup on Dani. So I want to tell you you know what? You need to get a Norwex cloth, and you need to wash a little bit of your makeup. You said you don't have it.
I really have very little on, but listen, I'm going to tell you something. You guys are going to be so sorry you didn't show up here tonight, because this skincare comparison chart
Only people here
has
it.
got me like all twisted up over here, because I have used, I can't tell you how much of this I have used thinking it was good. Like thinking that they were all organic or what have you. I mean, Aveeno, look at this. And there's Beauty Counter. I used to sell Beauty Counter. Burt's Bees. I was the first person in Paducah to sell Burt's Bees. And I mean, there's a lot on here.
Yes.
This is fascinating.
And this is current, but let me tell you, there's always reformulating, but this is a new list. So this is up to
Kills.
date.
Do you know how much Kills I have lived in my life? Because I used to live in New York City. Neutrogena, Nerium. Ooh, that's Mary Kay. I've got some Mary Kay reps. I've been telling them. Oil of Olay. My mom has used oil of Olay forever. Palmer's. People think that's great. I mean, it's interesting. Rock, Rodan Fields. Now that's a big one right there.
Yeah. Now I'll tell you, as an esthetician,
no certified organic ingredients.
I already had a personal problem with that. In that, you know what? Estheticians, we have an education for a reason. There's a reason why we choose products that we put on you. And when you're not analyzing the skin by somebody who actually knows what to look for, it's kind of a crapshoot.
Yeah, it's interesting. And I don't remember if it's St. Ives or St. Eves or whatever it's called. My college roommate called it Stives, which is not. But I'll never forget. She's a dummy. But anyway, we had a big fight my senior year. And that's 30 years ago. I'm still not over it. Clearly, my
You didn't-
on-site experience
Yeah, I was gonna
did
say, you
not
didn't deal with
get
that
the
trauma.
anger out of me this week. But I used that scrub, that face scrub, for
Oh, yeah.
decades.
Did it have like peach
Decades.
pits or
Yeah,
apricot
peach,
pits?
apricot,
Yeah.
apricot.
I
Oh, I
did too.
love that stuff. My kids, I made them scrub up with it for years. Well, it's just in our shower as of a year ago. I hadn't had it. Oh my gosh, I'm a big
Well, yeah,
fan.
there's another one too. So
What's
this?
this?
Is
Cosmetics.
yeah, that's the cosmetic company. This is the skincare side. So I want to
Jeez.
ask a question. So
You're gonna wish you'd been here. This is good. That's a lot of work. put in
does
this.
anybody want to venture a guess at how many banned ingredients that are used in skincare products are in America versus in Europe? How many banned ingredients do you think there are in America? Just
Well, there aren't any banned. Are there any
Yeah.
that are banned?
yeah.
Less than 10. I don't know. How many?
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to see if anybody else is going to guess. You can't. Not on Danny's coattails. Anybody have a guess? You know what, Danny?
What?
For participating, you get the Dr. Bright sample toothpaste. It is
I do.
clean. There you go. Yeah,
that-
it's clean. You'll like it.
Good. I could use some. I
Yeah.
just brushed my teeth.
Yeah.
That's probably why I got it.
Yeah, I was like, here's Danny. Let me give her some toothpaste. All right. Yeah, 11. There's only 11.
There's
And,
11 banned ones.
yeah, and in Europe it is
1,300.
1,300.
Yeah, I knew there were a whole lot in Europe.
Isn't that now? See, we take for granted. Roxanne and I, people who do this all the time, take for granted that people know this. But how many are shocked at that? 11 in America and 1,300 in Europe. So somebody's not connecting the dots, and you don't have to give it a big scrub, just a little scrub for it. So just lightly.
So this is a Norwax.
Yeah.
So even talk about that because people don't know about Norwax cloths. And I've got. Hey, can you hand me that bandana?
Yeah.
So tell them about Norwax.
Norwex is, so
I
I
just got-
am a big believer in the Norwex cloths. I can't support 100% all of their products because some of their products do have ingredients that I do not love.
They do.
But their cloths are amazing. And the microfiber is so tiny and it's shaped. No, it's okay. No, she's perfect. The shape of the fibers are actually in a star. So when it grabs the debris, it locks it inside. And so until you either rinse it with some soap or heat it up real hot and open the fibers, so you can literally wash your face without any cleanser. It will remove it. My recommendation is if you have sensitive skin, you want that's actually a body cloth. So you can actually wash your body without soap. I have done it. I ask my husband regularly if I stunk, and he would be happy to tell me if I did.
I haven't been brave enough to do it.
You
I've
need to
tried
have
it.
Me and my
Yeah.
But-
kids haven't used soap in 6 months.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have a
Maybe
2-year-old
I'll
and
try
an
it next
8-year-old.
week.
I take
and
those.
you patients can tell me.
Yeah.
The
I take-
innocence, but this is
But
all
I have a
squeezed.
question. If you use the body cloth to remove your makeup, and you get that makeup all over that body cloth, and you rinse it out from the water, is that done? I mean, I think it's ready for the washing machine.
Oh my goodness, no.
So the colors come
Because
off
you-
when you
so-
rinse it.
So you can certainly wash it if you want, but what happens is the debris gets trapped inside, so you're not going to put it back on your skin again.
Yeah.
So it may not be pretty. I like to just rinse it under hot water, wring it out, hang it up to dry. There's something called micro silver in the
Right.
product, and its only purpose is to make sure that the cloth doesn't breed bacteria. So once it dries, it is not got bacteria in there breeding to so.
Yeah.
I mean, I could go for a long time without.
So what we're
washing
gonna
it.
do now is we are going to share just a little bit about our skincare. Yeah,
So they won't smell.
No.
they will smell when they need to finally be washed. So I have a towel that I take a shower 3 times a week. I have hot bar 2 times a week. So after my hot bar class and then one more time for good measure. I have gone an entire month before I had to. Now here's the sniff test. This is what we do when we want to wash our towels. We're like, oh, it smells. It was literally a month before my towel. So as long as it completely dries, as long as you hang it up, it's a thin towel. It's similar to the texture of the cloth. As long as it completely dries, you can go a long period of time. And so,
Really?
yeah, it's pretty
So
interesting.
where do you get them?
Norwex representatives.
Yeah. Do you sell them? Because I don't know.
Yeah,
Do you?
I've got a resource we can talk. Well, I
My
don't
dog
active.
does.
I saw
Yeah,
something there,
I don't actively do it, but yeah.
Page you were
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
they're really good. I mean, you could have a whole Norwex party in
Yeah.
here and talk about. I mean,
Yeah.
I use their mop at the house, and I use these claws right here. But I've never been brave enough to not use soap.
You're a brave lady.
Because I smelled one time, I tried some new deodorant, and I got a brand new patient, and I was sitting talking to her. You all know it's an hour and a half appointment. And I thought, damn, that lady stinks. And, you know, she
And it was
needs
you,
to know
right?
she's toxic. And I thought, I'm not going to tell her. Well, anyway, come to find out, I stunk like a polecat. It was me. She left.
I'll talk about
And I was like, holy cow. I mean, that deodorant, I can't remember what I had tried, like Tom's or Boudreaux, somebody's pit paste or whatever those things are called. I don't know. I tried a million different things. Anyway, I stunk and it went out the door. It was not the patient, bless her heart. I thought she
She ever come
smelled.
back?
Well, yeah, she came back, but I mean, you know, I was sitting away from her. Thank goodness I don't think she smelled me, but I smelled myself and thinking it was her. Okay,
So
I've
we
got a question
Yes.
right off the bat. So is this scent essential oil?
It is a sweet orange, and I think it's an extract. It is not a sensitive oil. Sweet orange oil isn't. So no, it is not. It is an extract. Yeah. In fact, it should be on the bottle here. Let me find it. No, it says it's sweet orange oil. So it is an oil. But it is not non-photosynthesized. So what I just gave everybody a touch of, and yes, if you have an allergy to a particular ingredient, it doesn't matter if it's toxin free. You can't use it. I had
Well,
somebody
sure.
that was super excited about this product and they had an allergy to aloe. Well, guess what? Organic aloe is in a lot of our products because it's amazing, but if you have an allergy to it,
yeah, you can.
sorry.
You're right.
So we have been blessed because of
This product is great. Is that the primer thing?
no, this
that
is
goes-
you haven't
This is
tried
the
this yet.
lotion.
This is
Oh.
the daylight, and I'm going to
Oh.
let you put this on. You're actually going to put it on your face.
Oh, I am.
Yeah. So
I'm
this
like
is our daylight moisturizer. We have a daylight and nightlight. That's the only two skincare products that have been released so far. This has acai berry and goji berry in it, along with hyaluronic acid, which as an esthetician is something I am super passionate about. Hyaluronic acid is hydrophilic, which means it attracts moisture. So not only do we not lose the moisture in our skin, but it plumps up our skin, which is what we want as we age. So you'll see how quickly it gets absorbed when you rubbed it in. It gets absorbed extremely quickly into your skin. It's a great prep for our products. Now we're going to do the Smart Primer.
That's what I have.
Yes,
That
yes.
stuff is fabulous.
So just a little information is the two products, the trifecta products, the primer and the foundation. You have to remember to shake them because it doesn't have the things in there that keep everything emulsified. So you just got to remember to give these two products a shake before you apply them. Danny's like, I don't ever shake
I knew
my
it
product.
about the foundation. I didn't
Well, she
realize
put a
that about
sticker on my
the
second bottle that says
Yeah.
"Shake me," so I shake it now because
Oh, good. I was saying
don't
I needed
listen
to do that.
Well, yeah, but I use
So-
it now. I shake it.
You guys will feel that there's
Yeah, I knew about
jojoba
the
oil in
foundation. I
there,
didn't realize
and
about
the
the primer.
purpose of
I wasn't
jojoba
doing it to
oil
begin with.
is
Now I do.
actually it's a rich oil from a seed that balances your sebum. So whether you're oily or dry, you can use this product. It will balance it feels like velvet.
It
doesn't
does.
We're like,
Yeah, this stuff is great. I mean, I've already gone through a bottle and I'm waiting on another one.
Yeah.
So
so a little bit of information, more information about that. A lot of people say I don't wear makeup. Guess what? If you don't wear makeup, that is absolutely fine. The primer is great to wear. It helps protect from those environmental toxins. It's kind of a shield while it's loving on your skin with the ingredients that it has in it. So I highly recommend that if you are, and it makes such a difference. It fills in those fine lines and wrinkles and makes your makeup go on so
and peel that
wonderful.
banana, that grape that's in there for
So-
me too.
So when and Danny is a 2.5,
2.5.
and so when I apply my primer, I like to give it just a minute because it does have aloe in it. So I just want to make sure it gets absorbed nicely into the skin. I guess I need to get in front of the camera here. And so we're going to give this a shake. People have different ways. Now, in your brochure that you're taking home, you're going to see instructions for all of the application methods for the product. So if you get lost, you don't have to call me. You can just look at the little sheet. You can always call me if you want.
Or your Facebook group?
Facebook group, yeah,
I'll
absolutely.
put those in there.
So I am doing one pump. I put it on the back of my hand. Some people put it on their brush. I like to have control over it. And so I work in sections. And so we use stippling motions. Danny's got amazing skin. You're making me jealous here. So you see all I'm doing here.
Oh, is this how you're supposed to do it? This is not at all what I do. I do. Okay, do this. Go ahead and finish this. So let me see.
This is why it's important that we did this class tonight, so that Danny actually knows she's going to love the products even more.
It's probably
now
gonna
that
last me twice as long.
probably.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing is I'm pressing the product in place. I am stippling it in.
What? Well,
How does it feel?
Well, it's great. I need to go out tonight, I think, because
Yeah.
I'm finally going to learn how to put this on.
Yeah.
This is not at all what I've been doing. I've been using those egg things, putting it on. And then, terrible. I'm fat. And I'm just one toxic waste dump. And then putting it, and then doing that after I put it on.
No.
I thought you pressed it in with that. See, I didn't read the directions.
Now
Oh,
tell
my
me
Lord.
again what you do with the brush, because I've never understood.
You're just pressing it.
Apparently it's called stippling.
And we can
And
show
how
you
do you
how
get
that
the
feels.
product on the brush?
I'm doing it with my fingers. I put it on the back of my hand, because I like to work in sections, and so it gets warm on the back of my hand, and I'll take a little bit, work on this side, press it in. When I feel like I've got it blended in nicely, that color is so perfect on you. I will just
Well, it looks
add.
better when you do it right.
Yeah.
What about, like, if you're getting older and you have wrinkles, it seems like every time I put on foundation, they just show up more.
Well,
The
the
primer,
fills it
apparently.
in.
Okay.
I still look like my English bulldog right here. Doesn't help that.
Wow, that looks great though. Your forehead just changed.
My forehead, I'm sure she did it right.
Airbrush. When you use the brush like that, you airbrush.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's where the performance comes in.
Yeah.
See, I just think the product's gonna end up on the brush.
Yeah.
Apparently not.
Yeah, no, that's why I like to put it on my hand, because I told you already I'm frugal. So it's like, I want it to last, I want to get every drop out. So that's why a lot of advocates will squirt it on there, but for me, I put it on my hand because I want that control. I want to be able to work in a section. I don't want it to dry all over my face in different places. And so different product, different ingredients, different application method. It has a light scent in it because it smelled a little bit too much like dirt, but they scented it with vanilla plantifolia, so it smells just a little bit like a vanilla cupcake. It's a very pleasant smell. Have you ever noticed
What smelled like dirt?
the
makeup?
Yeah, because it was so natural.
Probiotics.
So they had to just put just a smidge of something to make it a smidge more appealing. And we don't have fragrance in. We only have fragrance in 2 of our products, I believe, because we really don't want to use anything we don't have to, but if we're going to use something smelling like a cupcake and being safe is not too shabby.
And ladies, I shaved my face before I came here.
Really?
Listen. Oh,
I
gosh.
thought about that.
My esthetician, Carrie Hayes, that I go to, she taught me how to shave my face. And you just use a regular razor. Now, is that a shaver over there? Oh yeah, it doesn't. And it won't come back like thicker or anything. You know, we get all that peach fuzz when we start getting older. You wouldn't believe the fuzz that comes off my face.
I shaved mine 2 days ago.
Every 2 days. Well, Carrie shaves hers every day, and her skin is absolutely glowing. But I bought a whole.
cream that I shaved, and then I looked down at my legs, and they were just so hairy.
And no. Your face will not come back hairier. Am I right? I think I'm right because my face is not. Yeah. And so, like today though, it had been a week because I've been put up for a week, and I shaved my face, and all this peach fuzz came off, and I started up here, because I knew you were going to be doing this professionally, and I wanted it to go on well.
So
I highly recommend you shave your face, ladies. Shave your face. Shave your face. It's the same thing. It's a regular razor. Now you can buy it, Sally Beauty or whatever.
it's not the same thing, but you do get a little bit of exfoliation. I like to think. Because there's a guard on. Well, I don't know. I use a guard on my razor You don't use a
I
garlic?
just use just a cheap razor. She that's what they use, and it works beautifully.
Okay. Hey, you know what?
And-
As
and
long
you
as
wanna-
it's not toxic,
okay,
whatever works.
You want to
ladies.
wonder why men's skin looks so good as they age? You know, many of them. Well, they shave their face every day.
Yeah.
They shave it. They rub it. They shave it off. It's
And
fascinating.
that is actually removing. You know, you are
I know
it's a
it
form of
is.
exfoliation.
I learned this last
Yeah.
year. I've been shaving every day. I shave it up. My friends come over like, "What are you doing?" I'm all lathered up and shaved up in there. Yeah, I shave my face.
So you use cream?
Sometimes I do.
You,
Sometimes
you,
I don't.
you,
I
you
just-
should.
Well, I
you
just-
should have some sort of oil or something, so there's not too much drag.
Well,
on it.
I have used jojoba oil on it. Is that fine?
Yes.
Okay, good.
She's scared to
And so-
say anything. She's
I
afraid of doing
have
it.
that little mini thing that you can do.
Yeah.
I use it just for
Shave the whole face, girl. I mean, yeah, but be
Yes,
careful around your
especially under
eyebrows.
here. So
Okay, let's go.
But
I
we
get it.
digress. So a little bit more information about these brushes, and you guys can touch them and feel them. They are lifetime grade. They are extremely soft. You will not imagine how soft they are. They are laser cut and triple sealed. So that is another reason why your product is not going to be absorbed and wasted. So like Dani was using, you can use a beauty blender, but you're going to be wasting some of your product. So for you to have a product that's going to last and go on as well, it really is, when they say it's a trifecta, people try and say, oh, I have a flat top. You will regret it if you don't. If you're going to dive in, you have to dive in and you have to use the brush because it is amazing.
It's worth every penny.
I think
Yeah,
it works.
Misha was one of them that thought she wasn't going to do it, and then when she finally did, she was like, "Okay, yeah, it's life changing. It really is. It's such an amazing brush." And also, disclaimer: you need to wash your brushes every week, and I know that is a large order to fill. So at least every 2 weeks, a little Castile soap, some water, because you don't want to breed bacteria, and so it's very important. Handle down. This is a vegan brush. Even the glue is vegan, and so don't, when you're washing, turn it up because you don't want the water to get down into the glue. So as long as you hold it upside down and wash your brush, it should last for
Well,
a
you
very long
have to
time.
use Castile. Can you use Thieves?
Yeah, if I just try and use the most gentlest, safest,
Gentle.
probably. Yeah.
That's the thing.
Gentle.
Yeah,
Gentle.
so, because I want it to last a lifetime.
Gotcha.
All right, so now what we're doing is we're going to add just a little bit of bronzer. We're going to give Dani the works because she's going to, what are you going to say? You're going to use it all.
I've never used a bronzer.
That's
okay.
it's all being.
Yeah, and I have never used a bronzer before I tried Crunchi either. Actually, I have found that not only do I enjoy putting my makeup earlier every day, and that is not just me. I actually went the girl that bought all those products from your event.
Yeah, I didn't even know I had
Gorgeous,
an event to
gorgeous.
buy products from. She goes, "You've already sold $1,000 worth." I'm like, "What?"
Gorgeous
No idea.
girl. And she said, I go to bed thinking about waking up and putting my makeup on.
Oh my
What?
God.
And I'm like so excited that you know what? It's so refreshing to have something that makes you feel pretty, and we all want to feel pretty. And to put something on that's clean and it makes you feel pretty, you do. I look forward to it. Yeah.
And it's not going to hurt your thyroid, people.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
it gets near your thyroid.
So I've done a lot of things that I didn't normally do. So bronzer, a little education on bronzer. The foundation is to give us a clean slate, and the bronzer just brings a little bit of the sun back in. So a 3 or an E. So we go in our temples.
What?
A 3 or an E, depending on which side you're working on. So I'm buffing
On your
this.
face.
Oh.
You go right under the cheekbone, just to the corner of the brow, and then down on your jaw. I can't see. I gotta see. So you can see we're just warming it up. We're not doing anything crazy. It's not orange. It's not glittery. It's
Yeah, I
just,
hate orange. I don't do glitter.
You seen the color of your hair, Dani?
Yeah, but not on my face. On my head, yes. But I can't stand that look where you can tell you have blush on and you can tell you got bronzer on and your whole contouring thing fell apart.
You know what? Bronzer may not be for everybody, but tonight we're doing it because Dani doesn't usually, and so she can decide what she loves and what she doesn't love. So you're going to look at yourself and you're going to decide if you're ready to get on the bronzing train. A little bit of this goes a very long way, so I usually just tap just a little bit in the cap, swirl it around, tap it off. Less is more.
You know, I have a patient, I don't think you know this. She works in marketing for Crunchi.
You did tell you. I thought you told me something about she takes pictures or
She does their marketing stuff, a lot of their marketing stuff, and
going on the bridges of the nose.
She has
Is
a
this
great-
the bronzer right
This
here?
is the bronzer.
It's
and
not
you-
very dark.
We're
I-
all
Will you
Really
tell
what
me
I've
the
ever
truth?
had
Because
is
I'm
a
not
dark
looking.
one.
I don't want.
so.
But I'll tell you a story, a little testimony. I have never worn makeup in my life. I turned 70 this year.
Woo! You look good.
And it's really hard to start learning how to put on makeup when you can't see. You know, you take off the glasses and it's
You
like.
can't see. Yeah, that's a
That makes
problem.
it-
It's a crapshoot.
So then I ended up at Walgreens and I thought, oh well, until I figure out what I'm going to use, I'll just pick up what this lady was recommending. And I went home and I put it on my, my eyebrows were gone because my thyroid, and I put them on my eyebrows and I tried to do the eyeliner, which I've never done. I can't. And anyway, my eyes got great big puffs right here and right here. I reacted to that.
Well, there's no telling what crap you had in there. You should look at
Exactly.
your list and
I
see.
know. But
She's
the,
armed
the
now.
thought, the thought of waking up in the morning and I've always thought of makeup as gunk. I just see people with makeup and it grosses me out. So I just thought, I will never wake up in the morning and put it on. It is just for special occasions. And that's the way I think of it. I think of it, I'm just telling you, I'm just being honest. I think of it as a necessary evil, because, and you just want to use this little, but that's because I've always known it was toxic. I've always felt that it was.
Well, now you have an option.
Yes.
If you have a special event, then you can,
Yes.
Fancy it up.
And
Fancy
I'm
it
starting
up,
to feel
girl.
like if I'm going to go
So
out in
I
public,
need
I'm going to do
this
something.
Crave. And what is this the mimic of? The Crave blush?
orgasm.
And we don't know what brand that is.
NARS. Oh, I know exactly
Oh,
what
what-
brand it is.
NARS?
NARS.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's their number one selling blush in the world. There is no telling how toxic it is, but that's the brand. That's the color of it, and they have an entire line off of that name.
And so what was the name of the one you used?
Yeah, what's the one I
Crave.
used? Because
Crave. It is a.
I used that other one. For
We have
years.
4 different blushes. This one, so many of them are so popular, but I'm trying to do very subtle on you.
Good, because I don't like.
Are you okay
I
so
feel
far
like
with what
you-
I've done?
Looks great.
Is it too much?
I don't know. I
Can you
can't
see?
tell.
Are you?
It looks perfect right now.
Oh, well, that was the girl. I was like, I'm not so sure. Wait, she handed it to me. All the way up, there's every nose hair and everything I can see on that
So
magnified
how
one.
how are we? Are we subtle enough for you?
Yeah, you're good.
How's the bronzer? Is it bothering you?
No,
Good.
that's good. If you could take away all this right here, it'd be great. Looking like my
Just
English
keep-
bulldog
Just
Harlan,
keep
you know.
shaving.
The skincare.
What we're gonna pass around, I forgot to. This is our night light, and you're not gonna put that on, of course, but it is our nighttime product. It's a little bit more emollient, and it's got lavender and sage, so everybody can take a little sniff of that. If we have a little,
This is a nighttime lotion. The one you did
yeah,
before
it's
was
okay.
the daytime.
Okay, so
If you wanna,
This was the primer. So
This was the daylight lotion.
all right, on with the show.
So this is a nighttime lotion.
You probably don't typically use any translucent powder, do you?
I don't, but you're welcome to
Well,
try it.
we have translucent powder. I personally don't use it because I have dry skin. It is great if you have oily skin. It is one ingredient. It's silica amorphous. That is the safe kind. Silica crystalla is not okay.
Okay.
Literally one ingredient. You can use this as a dry shampoo.
And dry shampoo.
Yes.
Cool.
What is this?
This is the the finishing powder. So
Oh,
if you
you
have
can do
any
that
oil,
last.
well, you can do it at any time. I didn't put it on her because I typically don't use it, but it does help if you have any kind of shine throughout the course of the day, or you find your makeup is not lasting. You can always do a dusting of that, just a tiny little bit, and I'm just going to go over just real lightly. It helps with kind of the airbrush performance look. And so you can use it, as I said, a dry shampoo. If you have dark hair, you can add a little cocoa to it and darken it up. And so it's a great, it lasts forever. It's a great setting powder.
Cocoa.
Okay,
As dry
explain,
shampoo.
explain setting powder. I mean, what are you talking? I mean,
It
what's
sets
set-
the makeup.
what's-
the
what does
makeup.
it do? Does it make it
Keeps it in place.
not
Keeps
Okay,
it in
and help
place.
if you have oily
Keeps it in
spots.
place.
okay?
You know, if you have
So what
certain
if you
spots.
perspire?
Yes,
after
that
you-
helps.
helps
That
with
helps.
that.
It's silica
Absorb it.
amorphous, so it's an absorber of
All right.
moisture and oil. It kind of keeps
Now, if
everything
you
nice and
do perspire and you have to take a paper towel to your forehead, Are you just wiping off all your makeup?
You would blot, you wouldn't
Use
rub.
blot.
Block.
Yeah.
Should
Okay.
use wax paper.
Yeah.
Wax paper is good to help take the oil off, but it doesn't take your makeup off.
This
we did that with
particular
dance. We
color
would take
was
wax
oh,
paper and we
and
would-
she still has some, and so I'm going to use it on you. I love Curiosity. So the blush has got argan oil. Most of us know argan oil is amazing. We use it on our hair. So it's organic argan oil, so it goes on very smooth and soft. I'm using Curiosity real quickly on her eyes now. I love Curiosity. I was telling her it's been out of stock forever because we have new packaging. The new packaging is even more conscious. We try and get away from everything we can, and even though this is BPA free, the plastic, we were able to get cardboard packaging, and so everything is being transferred, and because we did that, this had been out of stock for a while. I love Curiosity for the entire lid. It's a very soft color, but it's also great for highlighting. So on the brow bone, if you just go right on the high part of the cheek here, and you can also put it on the Cupid's bow, tip of the nose.
Bow. I don't really have one of those.
Well, it's going to give you one. That's what it does, yeah. You're going to have one now.
I don't have
It
those.
just picks up, and it's just very soft. Now, if I turn that light, you're going to see how.
Oh, I see
It's
it.
very subtle, but
Yes, and actually, if it's too much, you just. But it's a very soft. I normally notice it when I'm in the car driving. I'm looking, that light hits it, and it just gives you just this little bit of soft pop. So it's a very nice soft pop.
That's
Yeah,
what I need.
It is a
take a
soft pop.
load.
All
Use
right.
a soft.
We're going to use a color on Dani's eyes real quickly, and this is Fearless. It's going to look great with her blue eyes. Now, she's already said she doesn't like orange, so we're
No,
not.
I don't like orange. Is it orange?
I have it on mine. You're going to love it.
It's bronze.
Yeah.
Ish.
It's going to make, you know what, where are you going? when you go
Nowhere.
home?
I gotta find a date. Oh, well.
We're doing a quick eye. We're not doing anything crazy.
What is that?
This is, the color is Fearless.
The product is
The eyeshadow.
Yeah.
eyeshadow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I'm just going in, just depositing color. I absolutely love this brush. I use it for my eyebrows. I use it to add a pop of light that I'm going to put on Dani right in the corners. It brings, brings her eyes forward. And I also love it for depositing color.
But if you just used it for a darker color, how can you use the same brush for
I have
light?
two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or I use a cloth.
These are
Yeah,
brushes
I
that
use
come
cloth
up
and
in
just
my
wipe it
mind.
off.
Yep.
Since
I always
I'm,
have it in my makeup.
Yeah, she wipes hers off, and I just
Okay.
bought another one. I want three. I'm like, I don't want to wipe it off. I just want three of them.
Okay.
So I have
My
two.
makeup, I just have my Norwex and I just wipe, in
Yeah.
between I just wash my black.
That's what I do too, because
I'm
I
gonna
want
Yeah.
find your restroom.
You're gonna look at how easy and
Is
soft
it
that eye
to
was.
this
It's
door,
nothing
to the
crazy.
Go
restroom?
through that door and
Yes.
then-
Nothing
And you'll
crazy.
see
That is not bad at all, is
No.
it? No. And you know what I would do? I would go ahead and put just a smidge of this navy right here, close.
Oh dear.
I
know,
know.
it's any color. Okay.
This
Well, it
is
depends on
cosmic.
how you put it on, how dark it is. It can be
Yes,
lighter
it's a
or
very.
darker.
You're not gonna be offended by it. If you are, you got a Norwex cloth.
I can wipe it off with
There.
my cloth.
You're good. Is that too much?
No.
No.
No, I have a photo
And you know
shoot
what?
tomorrow. Too bad. This won't last till tomorrow afternoon.
Well, you know what? If you like what we did, we know what you're going to order the next time, so you've got some
Yeah, it's
options.
not gonna
You're
do
like-
me any
Just
good
lay
at
on
2
your back
o'clock
when you
afternoon.
sleep tonight.
I know, right?
Yeah. And so, do you do your brows?
Very rarely.
Okay.
Very rarely. I brush them, which they definitely need brushing.
So-
I mean, you're welcome to do them. But
So if we were going to do brows, I would use Tiki on her, which is a soft brown color that's a flat color. And you can use the brush that I just used, or you can use our precision brush. And and we have our little spoolie on the end. So,
yeah, no, I have an issue with people in their brows.
what?
Doing
Well,
too
like-
much. Yeah. Going overboard.
Yeah.
Unless you're just
Tiki's
filling
really
in
nice.
there.
I was using faux suede before on all of mine, but when I got Tiki, I kind of did that, to blend it and not make it so dark. I just changed the faux suede on the ends. Tiki's really subtle and nice.
What's Tiki? The
That's
color?
what
What
she's
I'm using
using.
on you right
Yeah.
now. We're you know what? As we age, our brows definitely get
Yes,
sparser.
they do.
You want to look at the comparison, the one versus the other.
Yeah, that's not
You
bad.
want to show the girls?
You can't really, it doesn't look like.
No,
Yeah.
but you
Yeah,
can
we
tell
do.
it framed her
Yeah, I don't
face.
like
just
that. I
a
don't
little.
like to see your eyebrows first. No. No.
You guys all know Dani's pet peeves now. She does not want to see your eyebrows before she sees you.
No, and I don't want to see a fuzzy face either. I want you guys to shave your
She's
face.
gonna have
next
new
time you come in
requirements
here.
for all of her, like, in order to be a patient, you're gonna have to shave before you come see Dani.
Uh-huh, shave your face.
So,
Instead of what is it, girl wash your face, it's girl shave your face.
Dani, I would be afraid to come to work.
Go shave it. It feels like a baby's butt, I'm
I
telling
actually
you.
thought about that tonight when I was putting my makeup on. I've been looking at videos and
we have, other than her lip, you wanna give me a couple of the sample swatches over there? We're gonna do Dani's lip, and she's gonna use Pure on her. I need to make your eyes match. I need to make your eyes match.
So does anybody in here use Crunchi already?
My daughter just got here. She's in the bathroom. She does.
She does?
Nice.
Well,
But she couldn't tell me where I could get it, so she picked it up somehow, but she doesn't know
Well,
where. That's
I'm gonna
why
tell you, guys, I have been really impressed. Now I knew about it before Mary told me about it because I have that patient who works for it, and I was yeah. And then Mary came along, and I
And I
trust
couldn't keep
Mary,
my mouth shut.
and I trust Mary. And I said, oh, fine, I'll buy it. And let me see. And I actually had no idea how clean it was, but I was impressed because I've used Bare Minerals, for years, foundation wise, and because I never really liked
That
blue
should be
beauty
in yours.
counters.
I think it is. Yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna
this
say.
is in ours?
Yeah,
Should
you should have it. I don't know.
yeah, behind, yeah.
Another good thing too, you can use the products for different things. Like the bronzer, I have used for eyeshadow.
Me too, and I didn't have lip color at one point, so I used my blush and just put it on my lips and did a little bit of chapstick.
I
so
love
you could use,
Crave on my lips.
Yeah.
So I will
That's
put
right.
I will put Crave on my lips and put a gloss over top of it. I have used Crave on my eyes.
Is that the eyeshadow? What
No,
is
the blush.
Oh, the
Blush.
blush.
Yes. So I'll swipe it on my lips. I'll swipe it on my eyelids. So just make it match before we finish here.
and then like Alicia said, the bronzer you can use as a contour or your eyeshadow or for
Yeah, you
several
can
different
use
things.
the bronzer for your blush as well. So it's very versatile, and there's more things that is going to be coming. Product development.
Yeah, tell us what's up. What's coming down the pipeline?
Well, dozens and dozens of products are in the pipe, and so actually, the big picture is Crunchi is going to be a lifestyle brand. They're going to branch into men's products and babies' products. It may take several years, but that is their goal, and when
Good.
they do it, it is going to be done right. So I'm super excited about that because
Well, I'm thrilled to death that it's nurse practitioner owned. I mean, that is impressive.
that loves data. She's gorgeous and she loves statistics. That's a win-win. All right, so we're gonna do a little bit of Pure, and we were gonna top it with what, Namaste? Okay. I love Pure. Now these colors, let me just give you a little bit of information. Coconut oil, you could probably do this better yourself, Miss Dani. I love Pure because I just love a neutral lip. I do more with my
I do too. I don't like.
I do more with my eyes and less with my lips.
I got enough attention on this
Which
hair.
bacon.
I don't need it on my face.
So we're just gonna put a light coat. Now for you women,
Oh, and I saw. Okay, go ahead. Keep talking.
when we see powerful colors and we have these wrinkles around our mouth, sometimes our lipstick bleeds. It's very important to exfoliate. That's one thing we can do is really exfoliate and have a clean palette, but still we have issues sometimes with it bleeding. And so what I have found works amazing when you're wearing a brighter color, I put it on my ring finger. You press it on your lip and you start to stain your lip and you build up that color. So it's not a lot of layers of shininess. You are just getting a really matte finish, and it works its way out. And I have found it stains your lips beautifully, and you don't have it bleeding through your creases. So yes, every time I use a dark color like our red or our purple color, First Avenue, which is gorgeous, I always use the staining technique, and it really, really works. People are like, yeah, I'm just gonna slap it on. I promise, if you have issues with that, you will love doing it that way. All right. We're going to finish up the look. I'm going to let Dani put on Namaste. It's one of our very pretty neutral lip glosses. Everybody loves this gloss, and a little bit goes a long way. Our lip glosses are not sticky or tacky. They feel amazing. And remember, a little bit goes a long way. So put a little bit, see how it feels, and then you can add a little bit more if you like it.
And my lips have.
How do you like that lip color? Is it
Yeah.
an okay combination?
And it feels good.
I was thinking.
Yeah.
I
Now,
need
what
to
were you
test
saying
it, but when I
earlier
started
about
using
Norway, the lip
stuff,
stuff,
it
about
helped my lips
the
so
lip
much.
gloss? Is that what you were talking about?
No, some of their product line,
Uh-huh.
I used to represent them, and then I found out that some of their products had ingredients that weren't
You need to
disclosed,
get to the
or
camera.
some of them that weren't what I consider safe. They don't say they're chemical free, and they don't say they're toxin free. They say that they're less. And when I got wrapped up in excited about them, I only heard toxin free or chemical free. So it wasn't that they were not being clear in their advertising. I feel like we're not always good at our hearing. And so when I learned more about ingredients, and actually it was the cleaning paste that was my kind of aha moment. I thought there was only 3 ingredients, a surfactant and marble flour and one other ingredient, and then I found out there was a list of ingredients that were in them, and then I actually went through every single product, and I know the ones that I feel comfortable using, but there's a long list of them that I don't. So I love the cloths, absolutely 100% love the cloths, but I can't support all of the cleaning products, and I'm an all or nothing kind of gal, so for me it's just kind of a no in that situation. So you look banging.
Yeah, I can't believe I was putting this on wrong the whole time.
And so,
Went through a whole
so
bottle.
what do we think about does she need a brighter lip, or do you like her lip? Should we put date night on, or do you
She needs a brighter lip.
What?
Let's work daytime. I mean,
if you're
I'm
good
working
with
right
it,
now.
then you're
I
good.
think
Yeah, that's
Wait.
daytime.
Daytime.
nothing-
Well, you can
I'm
make it
not-
brighter, but I'm telling you,
I'm
I
not
don't.
doing anything crazy.
nothing like
Because these
going
women
out.
are ready to get on with their
Yes.
stuff.
Oh,
They're-
Pop.
yeah.
It's like you're all the same color. Let's get a pop.
I'm all the
going.
same color. I'm just plain old
Well,
white.
she's
That's
a
it.
neutral gal.
Nothing fancy.
This is just a
Uh,
level
There you
up.
go.
It's
That's
date night.
gonna
It's
be
just going to
good.
add just a little bit of something else. So that pretty much,
We'll get a picture to post in the group for you.
yes.
Yes.
oh, we should
That
have
just
done
adds a little bit more. Just dresses
That's perfect.
No. And that's what everything is very subtle. So nothing is going to
Like
be
me, very
crazy.
subtle.
It's her kind of makeup. So that really the only other thing that I want to share is in the back of your packets. You guys can, I think, feel the passion that I have for this company, and it spoke to me. So if anybody wants more information about the opportunity, we absolutely need more people sharing the education.
Yeah,
there
that's
needs to be
true.
more people
I
here.
believe that.
So if anybody has any questions, we can talk about that later. Ask me, and I would love to share with you more
Okay, Dani,
information.
let's see.
So for you all to know this, I don't do I do a lot of education in this office, but I don't dare share like multi-level places and things like that. I'm impressed with this company. I'm impressed with the integrity. You've never come to a multi-level kind of deal from me in 8 years, because I just don't do that. And so I'm impressed with the company. I think they're a great company. I think that whether or not you sell anything or not, because I'm not signing up for anything, I just think you need to use the product,
Yeah.
the products.
Yeah.
I do.
And
because not everybody has time to go out and do
Oh,
this,
absolutely.
But I am highly impressed with the integrity of the company.
Yeah,
I
me too.
am.
And for me, as an esthetician, this is
Yes,
not a
and
professional
that's-
product.
So I trusted her because
Yeah,
of that. Because
yeah.
I thought, well, good Lord,
I
she's
had to-
done this her whole life. And
One of my things that made me step out of my box is like, okay, I'm a professional and I'm representing a company that's not. But there was a point where I was like, who cares? If they're filling a niche that's not been filled, if they're providing a service that hasn't been provided, I don't care who does it. If
Okay.
it's what I have to do, that's what I'm
so
going
let
to
me
do.
tell you. So you all know I love JJ Virgin, and I was invited to. She has a private mindshare community that every year she meets out in California, and so I got invited this year out there, and many of you know that. And I was out there with the top of the top in our field. I mean, Isabella Wentz, all the top, Dave Asprey, all them, and there I sat. Right,
Mr.
and
Coffee.
it was
A
oh yeah,
bulletproof
yeah.
coffee.
We had coffee all week long from him. But anyway, somebody they have a private community on Facebook, and somebody on the community, one of the other providers, asked, what makeup would you use? Would you recommend to your clients, and what do you all use? And so people were saying things, and I popped on. I was the only one who said Crunchi. And then it started a whole storm of all of these healthcare providers, all these people that are clearly way more famous than me. I'm only famous in my own little room over here. But, like nationwide. And they all then started saying, yeah, we've heard about Crunchi. So this, you know,
It's going to explode.
Yeah,
because this,
I think it
people
is.
need this. It is so young.
that
and-
just happened actually last week.
Yeah.
Before I went
Yeah.
in.
Word is getting word.
Had no phone.
The secret is getting out
Yeah.
because we're able to share in discreet settings. We're not in your face. We want it to be people who care about it, and we want to educate this way. We do one-on-one, so we actually will go to somebody's house without having a party and talk to them and share the product because we're passionate about what we do.
Well,
So-
I thank you
I
so much
thank
for
you.
being here. I think thank
I
you
said at
so
the
much.
beginning it was a blessing, and it truly was. I always feel like our energy is kindred. I think most people feel like that when they talk to Dani. But the fact that she gave me a platform to share something I truly am passionate about, not just clean beauty, but clean options in every aspect of our life. I am very thankful for that. And we have a little
And
basket
for those
here.
of you that weren't here, boy, you missed out. We got some good information here. You're
That's
gonna
right.
be sad.
Yeah, that information, that packet is only for people here. It's not on my Facebook group at all. So if you are, if you're not here, you missed out. I am drawing right now for the trifecta. Who knows what the trifecta is?
Remember?
It's the foundation. Primer.
Yes.
Foundation brush.
Yeah, you got it,
Brush.
girl.
Here you go. There's you a little clean toothpaste. I hope you like that flavor. She named them all off in one
That
place.
hair.
All right.
I know.
You want to draw?
Yeah, sure. I don't mind.
Okay.
All right, guys. Here we go.
Everybody get your ticket.
What are we looking at? The last three numbers? 050. 050.
There we go.
Woo! Look at you. All right, guys, we're going to sign off here because it's been a long time and we appreciate y'all. Sunday night service with Dani and Dr. Motley. We're talking about gratitude.
Thank
and we'll
you.
see you if you're interested, if you want to order, if you want to click on the link and just look at everything and not order anything, that's fine. Just get on there and learn something. Have a good weekend.